This is Andy Matthews with Meeple Mountain, and we are here at Gen Con 50 with Bruce from North Star Games. Bruce is going to tell us about some of the hot titles that they've got going on. Bruce, take it away.
Okay, so we've got a couple of hot titles we have right now. First of all, we have Happy Salmon Blue, which is right here, this little guy. It is just like Happy Salmon Green. It is the same game. It is just a different set of colors. So if you played the game before, these are more of a pastel shade than you've probably seen in the past. They also have new colorblind marks. If you were colorblind, you might have remembered in our other game that the colorblind marks actually did work and you could tell the cards apart.
So it's useful.
Exactly. And part of what actually held up production was we have a person on staff that's colorblind. We'd say, do these work? And he'd go, I can't tell the difference. Yeah. So we wanted to make sure that all of the colorblind logos worked as well. So now it just makes it so you can easily play 12, or if you're like me and you're more of a pastel person, you can just play with the cool pastel lemon yellow colors.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I like lemon.
Absolutely, and it comes in the blue fish. So he's happy. Or you can get both of them, get the green, get the blue, play them together, play 12 people, really upset your Euro game playing friends.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Then the second game we have here I'm going to show you is Blurble. Yeah, a little bit. I didn't get this. Isn't spiked up quite right, but I mean...
That's right.
So in Blurble, it is this happy box here. It was released by another company before. We got a hold of it and made some changes.
Okay.
The game uses picture cards like this, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to see that picture, you have to figure out what it is, and then say the first word you can think of that starts with the same letter. So we're looking at earmuffs right there. So you might think of an elephant, and that's how you'd win the card.
Okay.
Okay? So one of the problems the game had before was it had square cards. So when you threw it out, you didn't know what was face up and what was face down. You flip them out.
Yeah, nice.
We put the curved edge on the top so you could easily tell what it is.
Absolutely.
It also had kind of a different rule set. Now what you do is one person is the dealer. They're the Blurbler. The Blurbler goes one-on-one against every other player at the table, and then the deal moves to the next person. You play either a certain number of rounds or a certain number of points, whichever you want to do. So it's a fun what we call family party game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is one, the joke we normally make is you can tell the crowd you're playing based on what P words and D words you're willing to use. Because with children, it's way different words than with adults.
Oh, yeah.
So it definitely plays in both groups pretty well. Plays 4 to 8 players. I really think you could add more if you wanted to.
Right.
Plays about 15 minutes, but it's fun. It is definitely the kind of game where you could play it with your sort of adult beer drinking friends and also play it with your kids. You just played a different way based on the two games. And then the final thing I want to talk about is this bad boy that we have in front of us here. Vegas Wits and Wagers.
All right.
Do you already know Wits and Wagers?
Yes.
Of course you do, but I'm obligated to ask because that's the way the pitch goes.
Of course.
Okay? So there are a couple differences in Vegas Wits and Wagers. One, it's this giant mat, which I'm going to bring this up into the shot. You can swaddle a medium-sized dog in it. And this is the real deal. This is not like a demo mat, like a lot of companies have kind of demo pieces. Our demo piece is this blackjack table that we're both next to. Nice. This is the real Kickstarter item you're going to get.
Wow.
2 foot by 3 foot neoprene mat. It's real heavy. It's real hard to ship.
Crazy.
Yep.
Oh, that's thick too.
Yeah, one side is Wits and Wagers, just like you're used to. The other side is Vegas Wits. Here are the differences. One difference is we talk to your non-game playing friends and we learned one thing about them. They don't know how to order around the medium.
Right.
So what we've done is we've created these bar napkins, these bar mats, where essentially, there we go, is if you're gonna, you can either cover that if you're playing 6 players, cover the top and bottom if you're playing 5.
Nice.
So it just takes the side and you just go lowest to highest. Second thing to note is at the bottom of the mat, you're going to see this row of dice here. That's now a round tracker. So with that round tracker, you're going to put 100, 200, 300, 400, all the way up to $700. And then you literally take the chips off there, pay the person, and now you know you're on question number 2.
Nice.
Third bet, which you can see right here, I'll do it sideways. So there we go, we can work that in, is the red and black. Red gives you the whole red side of the board, black gives you the whole black side of the board. So if you want a kind of an easier bet that you can kind of get your head around easier, that works for you.
Nice.
Final bet, my favorite, is the Longshot. Okay, so how this works is, normally in Wits and Wagers, read a question, write the answer down, put them face down. Once they're all face down, flip them up.
Sure.
Now, before you flip them up, there's an extra bet area. You can now bet on a person rather than betting on a question at 10 to 1 odds.
Sure.
So if it's a question about, I don't know, Star Wars and you know Star Wars, I can bet you. I don't care what you wrote, I'm betting you. That also means, if you know Star Wars and I know you know Star Wars and you know I know you know Star Wars, you could just tank the answer hoping I'll throw my money away. But that is now a new bet available, and you can only make that with your 2 base chips you start each round with. So betting on this not only gives you a huge possible return, but it's a big gamble because you lose options on the rest of the table once you see the answers. We're going to have that on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter for this item, for just this mat with the extra stuff it comes with, Elvis gets a card and some extra chips, is $25. $40 if you include it with Party, and it is an expansion for Party.
Nice.
So as we've said here with this, history's most award-winning party game just got better. And now it has this giant mat. So those are the big things that we're presenting right now at this Gen Con and in the very near future.
Sounds great.
We sure hope people feel that way.
Yeah. Anything else you want to tell us?
In the future, we have the Evolution video game coming out. So if you're an Evolution, if you're a big fan of video games and our tabletop game Evolution, we're calling it Evolution the video game because we want to make sure people understand that we're willing to take the extra weight that calling it a video game comes with.
Right, of course.
It has animations. Exactly. And we want those expectations because most digital tabletop conversions are kind of a good version of the game and then that's it.
Yeah.
We are going to have things like matchmaking. We are going to have things like achievements. We are going to have all that stuff that you expect from a video game bundled into what we're doing. Not only do we have the great art, we have the great gameplay, we have a great tutorial, and we are going to have these matchmaking options that are actually going to take the time to figure out your skill level and match you up against people of an equal skill level, rather than just either throw you in with noobs you pwn or set you up against people that murder you. Yeah. It's going to start learning you and figuring out what to do. It's also going to have bosses, so it's going to have people in different play styles. So they're almost going to play like bosses from a video game. Yep. But they're going to have different ways that they play the game. So that's super cool. That'll be coming to Kickstarter, I want to say late September, early October.
Nice.
And then in the distant future, right after that, I want to say November, December, we're going to have a Kickstarter going for Super Wits and Wagers, which is our Wits and Wagers game, but now it has superheroes. And the superheroes can fight on teams, and superheroes face super villains, but the basic mechanism that lays under it is going to be Wits and Wagers.
Right on.
Yep. A lot of
amazing.
stuff happening.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that'll do it. That'll cover us for right now. A couple things. You know, we want to make sure you're informed of what's going on. That's what we're trying for. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. That's MeepleMountain.com at Gen Con 50 with Bruce from North Star Games. Check the description for more information about all the things that we talked about in this video. Right there.